Hello everybody, I hope you're having an amazing day. Today I would like to do two reviews and a comparison between these two wonderful knives. This is the Blade HQ exclusive Delica 4 in CPM S30V and teal scales. And this is the Lynch Northwest Mod V2, also in CPM S30V. And this is the 9th variation. This is the blacksmith clip and backspacer with the sand wash, not stone wash, sand wash, the scratch, I guess grit or grain pattern, whatever you want to call it. The scratches are just a lot longer and are going to hide use and wear a whole lot better than stone wash, in my opinion. So it's not something you see too often. It's typically a custom kind of thing, but it's definitely pretty cool and interesting. So first we will be talking about this one right here from Blade HQ. This is still available and you can currently buy this knife for $136.95. That is a price during the recording of this video. In a month from now, this may no longer be available. Hopefully it is, because it is a pretty cool knife. I do definitely enjoy it. There are a couple little things here and there that I'm not the biggest fan of, and we'll go through those in a little bit. I'll be reading some specs. They're going to be a little bit different from the Lynch Northwest version, mainly weight and length, but that's about it. And also the carry, I guess the way to carry it, because this has the 4-way position pocket clip. This just has the one. This is for right hand tip up only. This, you could have it, again, 4 ways. It's pretty cool. Overall length, 7.125 inches. Blade length, 2.875. Cutting edge, 2.56, which is absolutely wonderful, because this to me feels like a medium to full size knife. I believe it's the Endura or the Indela. It's the Endura that is a little bit larger, which would be, I've experienced one, just not during the time of my channel. It was years ago I experienced an Endura, and it had like the Emerson wave on it, and I sharpened it for a friend. That one was a little bit larger, not by much. So this is definitely a medium-sized knife, but feels pretty darn good in the hand. I have large to extra large size hands, so they're pretty standard, and I get a very comfortable purchase on it. Blade thickness 0.09, which is wonderful. It is super slicey, just blazes through material like you would not believe. Style, drop point, and something that I notice about this versus other types of knives is that the tip on this, it comes down just the slightest. I think that's pretty cool. I like that. So I don't know if that's really much of a, I guess, just a visual thing or a design aesthetic or something that actually translates well in use, but I will say that I like it. It looks pretty darn cool to me. The handle length is a 4.25. Handle material, the polymer, the FRN, and color is teal. The liners on the inside, they are steel liners. The weight of this lightweight version is 2.29 and manufactured in Japan, Seki City, Japan to be exact. That is one of Spyderco's factories. And now we got the specs out of the way for that, I am going to be talking about the Lynch Northwest Mod V2. You can no longer purchase the knife fully assembled by Lynch Northwest, but you still can get a couple variations of their upgrade mod version 2 kit. So this knife cost me $270. Ouch. Kind of expensive. And when I first got it, I was just kind of like, dang, that's a lot of freaking money for not a lot of knife, honestly. But after experiencing this and actually using it and the way that the company conducts itself, I will say this was worth it. And it's not just the enthusiast side of me talking. I'm specifically talking about me using this from day to day, and the key differences, the visuals and things like that. And it's just, I think it's better if you have slightly deeper pockets, and if you love the Delica 4, and this would be something that you can definitely just slap on to your current existing model. You can get the kit, and the kit comes with these scales of your choosing. They all have this hole pattern. This backspacer piece, don't mind that little piece of whatever's in there. They make that also. And then their proprietary clip. So this carries better, feels better in hand, and it has a full functioning finger choil in comparison to the standard one. When you buy the premium knife, you get the factory liners, scales, and clip. And you get the knife already assembled by them, but they're no longer offering that at the moment. But you can still buy the actual little kit and just slap it together on your existing model. So I can't really find here on their website if it actually adds any significant weight. I don't really believe it adds anything that's significant. And I also don't have a scale, which is unfortunate, but I will say that the weight on here is not anything scary. It does weigh more than the lightweight version. I mean, go figure, it's literally a lightweight version of it. But I will say that this thing is quite wonderful. So let's bring out some size comparison knives. Have here my Spyderco Para 3, Spyderco PM2, and these guys are just giants in comparison. A couple more here. Let's do some Benchmades. My Osborne 940. My Bug Out. So definitely closer to the Bug Out, but the Bug Out has a little bit more cutting edge, and I think a hair longer in the handle. Two more here. Civivi Elementum, which is definitely a whole lot closer in overall length. And last but not least, Demco AD 20.5. So there's that. Really quick, I'll just place the Lynch Northwest version in there. So the Lynch Northwest mod actually adds a little bit of handle length, so it's definitely closer to the Demco here. So in handle length and then cutting edge, you get a hair bit more with the Demco. But I will say in stock thickness, I mean, they're night and day. These things are just crazy thin. Check that out. So yeah, that's a pretty big difference. The Demco slice is great. The Delica slice is like a dream. So in use, in carry, this is definitely a wonderful knife. And again, if you love the Delica, you have slightly deeper pockets, and you value a forward finger choil and a little bit more handle length, this is it. I mean, this is as good as it gets. Flightanium, off the top of my head, does a couple scale mods that you can do for your standard Delica 4, but I don't know if they have this little design to where it actually adds a forward finger choil, because the standard one doesn't have that. It has this little area, but it's kind of tight in there, kind of tight. So big difference. And I will say that this just completely transforms a cheapy throw around knife into something quite wonderful. My specific version, I can flick it and play around with it more. thumb flick it, and there isn't any play. Nice and solid, up and down, side to side, all around. This thing is just, it's great. It's absolutely great. I love the proprietary deep carry clip. They do have a lanyard hole that's off to the side, so at least it's not being prioritized over the carry depth. So it's cool that they are thinking about people who like lanyards and beads and all that stuff. I personally don't, but it's cool that they added that. Another little design choice that I thought was kind of weird at first is how the edge lines up perfectly in the middle of these holes. I didn't think it was anything, you know, like too crazy or interesting. I was just like, well, that's really the only thing they're offering. They don't offer any other type of look or milling pattern, but I think in the future it would be a good idea if the company would, because they got something quite wonderful here. They really do. And while I haven't sharpened this yet, I will say that when I put a high polished edge on this, it's going to shine through really, really well, and it's probably going to make for some pretty cool pictures and videos on Instagram. So if I don't have you guys on Instagram, go ahead and, you know, check out my page, and it is public. You guys can see, you know, all my stuff. You don't have to actually, you know, be a follower or whatever, but you get to see some different content than, you know, what I would post on YouTube, like my videos and my shorts too. So couple little nitpicks that I had on the Blade HQ variant here. This is manufactured, you know, I understand, by you know, Seki City, Japan, versus something like this guy, the Native 5. They're both lightweights, both made out of essentially the same material, same clip carry. Like, these are essentially the same thing, just different design. This is manufactured in the US, this is in Japan. The FRN here was finished very, very well. This looks like it was finished with a spoon, a very jagged, cheap spoon. There are a lot of edges that are just really, really chintzy, and I understand that this is a more budget-friendly option, but the thing is, this is still a $130-something knife. That's not cool. For $130-something, I believe the industry is much more advanced and capable of doing way better than this. Also, the back piece, which is also constructed out of, you know, the same handle material, the FRN, it's also very, very poorly finished and doesn't really inspire too much confidence. The steel liners, there are a lot of wiggle room in the way that they are inset into the scales, but this knife does come together quite easily, so I don't really have, you know, too many major complaints. It just, the tolerances I wish could be a little bit tighter, and I know they could be for that price point. The liners are also extremely sharp. A lot of the holes that are there for weight relief, they are jagged, and just be careful, because they can get you. So they almost got me, that's for sure. Another thing that I do definitely enjoy about this knife is that there's this little jimping texture back here. It's not anything that's super like rough or anything, but it's meaningful and I like it. That's something that isn't on the Lynch Northwest version, which I could see why they didn't do it. I mean, the only meaningful jimping you really need is right there, right behind the little hump of the blade. So there's that. So after everything was said and done, I will say that I do definitely enjoy both of these knives. They have their time and place. This is just for you know, throwing around, lightweight carry to the gym, to the park with basketball shorts or something like that. And then this is just going to be a little bit more premium, more substantial, but nothing that I would shy away from actually carrying and using, mainly because of the finish on the blade, the scales, and the clip. It's gonna wear in really, really well, and it's gonna hold up to the test of time for sure. So with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this little rant review comparison video. I know I was kind of all over the place with this thing, but things needed to be said. Great knife, definitely on the budget side. Expensive knife, but worth it. So I love it. I love how the company conducts their customer service. They don't really give a crap that I'm a YouTuber. When I reached out to them, when I had some issues with it, they sent me a new one immediately. And they were like, no, it's not okay. We're going to take care of this. We're going to take care of you. I'm a consumer just like you guys. There's nothing special about me. And I just want to share my experience with you guys. Lynch Northwest. If you guys watch this video, thank you so much. You guys are making something very amazing here. I love it. You guys have absolutely transformed, what would be a fan favorite budget model into something that enthusiasts can really get behind, like myself. But definitely look into making different, I guess, scale patterns, making, solid ones or something with like, what is that called? The golf putter milling or something crazy like that. Charge what you need to charge. And, there will be people that will buy. People like me. So, because now that I've experienced, the quality of, the craftsmanship here, it's good stuff. Definitely. So with that all being said, hope you guys enjoy this video. Like and subscribe if you haven't. If you like this kind of content, I have plenty of other videos and stuff to share with you guys. So with that, take care.